Chevalier Columbus in 1492, Conquest of Paradise. Then there's Woody Allen's Husbands and Wives, Has Life Imitated Art? And we look at new technology which transforms the quality of home viewing. Special report. You have a video recorder? Of course you have, and if you're not actually watching this program right now, I sincerely hope you're recording it. But what about Laserdiscs? Did you know that these days they can match excellent sound with a picture quality that almost equals 35mm film? Did you also know that a form of Laserdisc was pioneered by John Logie Baird as long ago as 1927? I didn't know that. You learn such a lot on this program. Anyway, the hope now, on the part of the industry at least, is that the market is finally ready for the latest state-of-the-art technology in home entertainment.
In the early days, film was the only way of showing movies at home. It was basically a miniature version of a cinema system. But with the very earliest days of television from 1927, John Logie Baird was thinking of ways that images might be captured and then played through his televisor television machine. And in fact, he did actually produce a system known as Phonovision, which was basically a video disc, an early video disc. And some of these, very few, but some of these early discs still survive, and we were able to capture those images as very primitive 30-line television images. It didn't develop at the time, but 60 years later, 70 years later, the video disc is really finally coming into its own.
Laserdiscs were first launched in the UK back in 1982, but with little success. But now manufacturers and distributors have been encouraged to try again. After all, the home video market is rapidly approaching saturation point, and besides, there are grumbles of discontent about the quality of VHS.
The machine we've got here will play both PAL, which is the British standard, and NTSC, which is the American standard of discs. This is actually quite important because at the moment there's not that many PAL discs available, although the vast majority of American shops will do mail order, so you can get access to a library of approximately 4,000 titles. What we're watching here is a projection TV, which is why you can get away with it being so large. It's also 16:9, which is closer to the cinema format. So, I mean, as you can see again, you get more information than you would on a standard squarish type set.
BBC TV is, along with a number of other European broadcasters, part of the Eureka 1250 project, which is responsible for developing high-definition television, or HDTV. So far, HDTV has had a troubled history with competing systems in Japan and the USA far nearer completion. It's still several years away from our living rooms.
This is a prototype high-definition receiver. It's one of about 700 that have been manufactured specially for to show the Olympic Games this summer. And it's unusual compared to a normal television set in that it's 16 units wide by 9 high, which means it's about a third wider than a normal set. And it has higher definition. It's able to display more detail on the screen, and it has 1,250 lines, so it's double the normal lines that you would see in a normal television set. In the shops at the moment, you can see 16:9 sets, which have basically the same shape to the screen. But they are not high definition sets because there aren't any to high definition broadcasts, and it isn't yet a manufactured product.
How does it compare with the video?
Until HDTV becomes a high street reality, Laserdiscs and wider than usual TV sets will have the field to themselves, and salesmen are naturally keen to cash in while they can.
The HDTV thing is a thing which we're looking at in terms of perhaps a time scale of 5 to 6, 7 years, possibly before we go into look at it at a consumer level at an affordable price, because there are still technical problems that are besetting that, actually getting out onto the road, taking it away from the laboratory and putting it into the high street, and we see that we're looking at quite a few years yet from that. So I think the Laserdisc in the meantime, the market for it will grow because we're looking at a situation, it's the best game in town at the moment.
If you talk about the price of films, they start from $19.99. If you're comparing that to VHS, it's about $12.99. But really, what you're getting is quite considerable increase in quality for the extra money. You're getting far superior picture quality, far superior sound quality, and in addition to that, all the benefits of compact disc, such as instant access and durability. So you're getting quite a lot more value for money.
I'm spending probably about £500 to £1,000 a year on Laserdiscs and video cassettes now. Maybe a bit more. It depends on what's coming out. there's always something new. Yes, I could wait for high definition TV, but as soon as high definition TV, who's to say there won't be a high definition TV Mark II, or that something else won't come out? So I think I've got to go for what's now. At least I'm enjoying it now, not waiting.
Obviously, if you look at this and think the sound quality or the picture quality isn't what you want, then wait for HD TV. But the whole point is to get people to actually look at this. You know, once you've looked at this, I think most people are going to say, no, that's great, that's all I want.
I think in many cases people must be very cautious about going out and buying equipment now, because as I said, it's really 1995 we're talking about with some of these other systems coming online. And I think you have to think very carefully before going out and buying a widescreen television now, thinking that you're going to get the full definition widescreen pictures. So I think probably the answer would be to hang on until the services are there.
I'd love to have a whole wall dedicated to the screen, a video wall. And on one day I'm sure I'll have it with flat screen technology or with projection TVs. We'll get there, but it'll come. I'll be truly happy.